All right, welcome back everybody to, is this my third Jeffin around video?
Yeah, and you let me come back.
I did let you come back. You know, we went 2 whole months, 2 whole videos without Amy.
It was hard.
Yeah, it just didn't feel right. So
I was
you
missing
are.
out, yeah.
Welcome back. Speaking of Jeffin around, we find ourselves in the 3rd new location.
Yeah.
It's like the 7th different place we've recorded. At this point, we are down in our meeting room down in the basement. So anybody who hasn't attended any of our programs, 1, why not? 2, do it soon. 3,
This is
cool
our
little
meeting
spot.
room. Yeah.
It's a cool spot. We've got this cool fireplace behind us.
Yeah.
That we thought looked. We were like, that's a cool little backdrop.
We think this is very classy, is what it is.
Yeah, we're not showing you the rest of the room, but we're going to show you the classy fireplace.
Do you feel like we look very scholarly sitting in front
so.
of this? Welcome to Masterpiece Theatre.
And we're talking about librarianship today too.
Well,
so
this is the perfect spot.
There's also
then.
the sort of kind of creepy.
Picture up there.
It's a picture, but it's stitched.
Which
is an incredible like talent.
Yes.
Lois Hiles, shout out for stitching that portrait of William Schuller. But it is also kind of creepy. So anyway,
he keeps his eyes on the room for us. Yeah.
Like the follow you kind of eyes. Anyway, so today for Jeffin around, Amy and I are going to go back and forth. And we're gonna do like a little Ask a Librarian, like Q&A type segment.
I like it.
I looked all over the internet, found some questions that I thought would get good answers that sometimes librarians get asked anyway. Just questions that we've had asked to us. I mean, honestly, I think I've had just about all of these questions asked to me randomly at the desk.
It's interesting to find out really what people do at their jobs. Some, it's very cut and dry. It seems like I am a doctor.
Yeah.
I am but it's like, I'm a librarian. Well, what do you...
Yeah, there's
do,
things that people think we do, and then there's things we actually do.
Yeah.
And that includes the things I thought I was going to do at this job versus what I do.
Yeah.
Do. But anyway, so we'll get into it.
Yeah.
First question.
What is the best thing you've ever found in a book? Besides a beautiful story.
Besides a beautiful story, it always surprises me what people will use as bookmarks, which is I guess what this question kind of entails. I found money. Now I don't get to keep the money.
That's
We'll track down who it belongs to if we know who it belongs to.
Yeah.
But I don't mean like $1. I mean like we found 20s, we found $100 bills, we found checks for even more than that.
Yeah.
So money's always fun to find. Bills,
Christmas cards,
family photos. At one point I think we had a little selection of family photos, like hoping people would realize they left their pictures of their kids and their entire Christmas photo and things like that.
We try to page through and hold on to that stuff because there have been people also that will call or come in and say, I left a really important bookmark in the book. It was given to me by someone important to me, or
we might see it, and you don't realize the sentimental value that could be attached to that $100 bill.
Yeah.
Or
when I have a $100 bill, I am very sentimental about.
But you find some cool things. People, they'll do drawings that are very good, and we have a wall of those too.
Yeah.
People draw all kinds of stuff. So that's really kind of fun. Usually we do our very best to get those things back to the people who
we
they
do
belong
try.
to, but sometimes there's almost no way of knowing.
Yeah.
So on the flip side of that, what's the worst thing?
Oh, I have found also, so you can like bookmarks, like ketchup packet.
Yeah.
Taco Bell sauce packet.
People, anything that they have.
Square of toilet paper.
Within reach, the toilet paper, not used.
Not used, but.
Not used, tissues, things like that.
It still makes you think, where are you reading this book?
Right, yeah. I guess it means it's a very good read if you can't even stop reading it while you do that.
Yeah.
That you need to just grab a little square of toilet paper.
And you know what, though? They didn't dog-ear the book, so good on them.
Yeah, don't do that.
They didn't bend any
I'd rather
pages.
you put toilet paper, again, unused, in the book.
Yes.
Yeah, other than that, it's usually like food substances.
Yeah.
Whether it's Cheeto Fingers.
Cheeto Fingers is kind of yucky.
It's not the worst thing, but it's hard to get out. Is like sand. Like you can tell when somebody's gone on a beach vacation.
Yeah.
Which when I go to the beach, I like very nosy when I see other people reading on the beach. Like if I'm walking down the beach, I always like try to like peek and see what they're reading.
What do you got there? Yeah.
But sand, trying to get the sand out of a book so that you can give it to the next person that can be kind of annoying.
That really can be. It makes the book feel like a lot thicker too, because like just even the tiniest bit of sand in the pages, it just I don't know, it really plumps it up for some reason.
It's kind of weird. What's next?
Jeff, what is it like to sit around and just read all day? I said, what is it like to just get to sit around and read all day?
I was reading about Bird. She's going on tour. Yeah, no. you do see that. You do see that a lot.
That's a huge question.
It's a huge question. And that's what people think we do. Now, I'm not saying everybody out there thinks that's all we do. I know you know better than that.
We get it a lot, though.
Or we'll have people who are like, oh, I've always wanted to work at a library. I'd love to sit and read all day. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't have access to all these books, and you're gonna look through some things, but it is very much not a job that we just sit with like a book in our hand for 6 hours and do nothing else. We do.
I mean, we have things to do like filming videos, putting on programs, putting together programs. I make schedules.
Yeah.
Jeff goes to the schools and does book clubs.
Yeah. And really just sitting at
being at the desk just helping all the patrons that come up.
You never know when the next person's going to walk in with questions. The phone's going to ring.
Mm-hmm.
Email work, it's a fairly constant something.
Yeah, and there's always things for us to do, to shelf things or put things in order, wipe down surfaces, whatever. Yeah. So
there's always things you can do. Doesn't mean we don't take a peek at all these books and things that come through.
Oh well, but
sit around and read all day is almost offensive.
It's the biggest misconception. It really is. Now that'd be fabulous, but it's no.
This doesn't happen. Let's see. I'm gonna skip a couple here.
Okay.
Because we like to talk. This is more of a question for you. What are a librarian's favorite accessories?
Ooh, well, if we're going classic, stereotypical librarian, you got to have your glasses, got to have your hair in a bun.
I don't have enough hair for that.
You've got to be wearing a cardigan. Oh my gosh, I've got the trifecta going on today.
You've got the trifecta. Halloween passed like a couple weeks ago, but you basically wore your classic librarian costume.
I am in the classic. You always need a sweater. You don't know if you're going to be warm or cold.
Listen, I don't know what it is about libraries, just as buildings, especially this one being so old.
Yeah.
It could be 17 degrees outside and 95 in here, or vice versa.
It's really kind of wild.
You never know day to day.
Yeah.
I haven't fully embraced the cardigan life, but I'm probably going to have to before too long.
I've been on him for a couple of winters now to start buying some some nice cable knit cardigans. Join the club. Break down. Get yourself some nice penny loafers.
Is like a rite of passage, like your first cardigan
your first
as a librarian.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But those are the things that people always think of, the librarians.
And your big bag of books.
And your huge bag of books. You always have, I've always got a tote with a bunch of books in it.
Always got the library-themed, book-themed, literary-themed tote. Yeah. With a quote on it of some sort.
Yeah. So really, I do kind of look pretty stereotypical today.
We're trying to break stereotypes, Amy.
But a lot of people, we're just regular people, with lots of, there's a lot of people that work here that you wouldn't say, you don't look like a librarian.
Well, that...
You don't look like a librarian.
Right, no, and I didn't think I was going to be a librarian.
Well, he didn't. That's a
whole other thing. But we do get questions like that, too. Especially the young guys that work here.
Yeah.
There's now this is going off topic with the question, but there's definitely a stereotypical look or what you expect to see when you walk in as far as staffing goes.
Yeah.
And then here I am.
Then here's this one here. It's good though.
But I don't have any of those librarian accessories.
No, you don't have a bun.
I don't have a bun.
You don't?
Well, over the pandemic, I did have just enough hair that I made a little tiny one, but it's not the same.
No, you could get a clip-in bun. I'll get you one of those for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, next question. Best thing about working in a library?
There are a lot of bests.
Yes.
Really. And I say this honestly.
Amy and I get paid to make videos.
We get paid to have a good time, to entertain people.
Yeah.
To help people, to answer their questions. It is truly fun to be here. Every day is different.
Yeah. Again, when you start at a library, start a job as a librarian, or not even as a librarian, just as a part-time circulation person or something. Yeah, it's not what you expect. It's quiet. I mean, it is a library. It's not like it's crazy in here all the time. But it is. You never know what that next question's going to be.
Yep.
What that next patron interaction's going to be. Especially now that I'm in my position where I get to work with teens all the time, you really don't know what the next thing out of their mouth is going to be.
They can throw you for a loop.
But honestly, now sometimes sometimes it's not always the greatest experience. Like,
no, but it's
things
interesting.
happen just like anywhere else. But yeah, it keeps it interesting, much more interesting than I thought. And here, I wanted to do this question, but I'm going to skip to one of our last questions too. When did you decide to become a librarian?
Well, I had been working at a library for a couple of years when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is awesome. And I'd like to do more of this and do it forever. So I went and got the master's degree in library science. And I just like the pace of it. I like helping people. I just think it's a cool job.
It is. Because, I mean, like I said, when I started here, which...
And one thing I want to add. There was a quote I saw that I thought was so perfect, and it's that, what other career could you be in where every single thing you do helps you be better at your job? Every movie you see, every song you hear, every play you see. Because those are the life questions that we get. Yeah. Every sports game that you watch.
The seemingly random things questions we get. Like, I'll hear somebody asking you a question, I'll hear it from across the room. It's like, oh, wait, I just saw that movie.
Yes.
Or, oh, I just came across that book.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, truly.
If you think about it, every single thing that we experience and learn helps us be better at our jobs. It really does.
There's a constant need to learn. You need to keep up on, I mean, anything and everything. That doesn't mean every little thing, but you're going to get questions about books, obviously. Local news, national, world news, politics, sports.
Well, and one thing that is nice,
I mean, anything that you could possibly think of, we've probably heard it or will.
Yeah. Well, I like too that everyone sort of has like their interests and what they're good at. So you're like a big movie buff, so I can pass those questions along to you. I like to cook, so
everybody's kind of got their niche.
Jeff, how do you braise a roast? You'd be like, maybe ask Amy about that.
Go to YouTube and look up Amy. But yeah, no, I agree. And like, so when I started one, you hired me, so thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But no, I really just started here because I needed a part-time job.
Yeah.
I was still doing my undergrad, and then I realized all of this. Like, I thought I was going to be bored. That's what I was worried about. I was like, it's going to be too quiet, too boring. It was anything but.
And the people are so
the
fun.
Constant something, whether it's with other staff, the opportunities. I mean, from very early on, I was like, oh, I think story times are kind of cool. So you guys threw me in there.
Yeah.
Or I want to do a Lego program. You threw me in there.
Yeah.
So there's always like
there's a big creative aspect to it.
There is a big creative aspect. Getting to come up now at this point, we're doing these YouTube videos. I'm doing programming. I've got book clubs. Like, I decided, basically, I had decided I was going to get my master's so I could do this job before I had officially declared my undergrad.
Yeah.
I ended up structuring that knowing I wanted to do this.
Okay.
Because of all that, the constant, there's always something, keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
And just the customer service aspect. I like helping people. Sometimes that is just a simple, hey, what is that book about Bird and her world tour? And sometimes it's
I know it.
It's helping, right. It's right here. It's the road to you.
It's the road to you.
Or sometimes we've had small business people trying to get their small businesses off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They've done all their work here, and we've helped people file unemployment, apply for jobs, school, college kids doing coursework. So there's just so much.
Everybody and everything you can think of, which is really fun. I think
you get to help people from all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
Richest of the rich, poorest of the poor.
And it's a feel-good job.
Yeah.
It is.
Feel good getting to help people. And so,
that's why... we have a lot of fun. Like, our staff is fun. We have a lot of fun, too. Like, I think people would be jealous if really they knew how much fun we had here. And
can you not tell?
How much we laugh all day.
Can you not tell? It's... based on these videos. Okay, last question.
Okay.
Favorite fictional librarian? There's quite a few out there to choose from.
Barbara Gordon, who was Batgirl.
Didn't even hesitate. That's true. That is a solid one.
It is a solid one.
Basically choosing a superhero.
Yeah.
I think I forgot that she was even...
That she was a librarian?
That she even was a librarian.
Yeah, good old Barbara.
Oh, Barbara Gordon, Batgirl.
Very unassuming, right?
Yeah. It's a good, maybe I'm some vigilante.
I hope so.
Superhero. I ain't got the time for that. Okay, so this is it. My last one. I loved, maybe I always wanted to be a librarian, because I loved the movie The Page Master as a kid.
Okay.
So what was his name? Mr. Dewey, a.k.a. The Page Master, a.k.a. the Keeper of Books and the Guardian of the Written World. I loved that movie. Probably the first time I really, as a kid, I would have been about the same age. It made libraries look cool. That movie did such a good job of making, books and things come to life.
Maybe it was, written in the stars for you, Jeff.
Maybe I really did always want to be here. I just didn't know it.
You just didn't know it.
It took Amy hiring me. Little
tiny Jeff, little young Jeff. And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. Now you get Jeffin around.
Yeah.
Featuring Amy.
Woo!
I think that's all we've got, right?
I think that's it. If you guys have any questions for us, though, if you watch this and think about something I'd like to know that or that.
We're always watching, the Facebook comments.
We are. So, throw us some questions. We'll answer them for you.
Or if you're just in here and you see us.
Yeah, that too.
Always ask us questions. It's just fun.
It's
good to be on the lookout for programs coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Take and make kits are always going to be a thing.
And we're getting towards the holiday season.
So so we've got videos.
Yep.
We've got videos to do. Yeah. Come to the schools and see me if you're at any of the middle schools, freshman school, high school.
And if you don't go to those schools, don't show up there to see them.
Yeah. They probably won't let you in, but you can come here.
Yeah,
you can always come to the library.
Come here.
This is an open space for anybody.
Yes.
Maybe don't show up to the high school. If you're 35 and have a question about the Page Master, you can come ask that in person.
Yeah, don't go to the high school.
That's it. That's enough.
That's it.
That's
Bye, you guys.
See you guys.
See you later.